Lisa here, and I want to share a lesson about accountability that came up today when I was working with a group of high school students. We talked through the importance of delegating, why you want to get people involved in the project, how to lay out a project, and then the 8 steps on how to delegate. And then the conversation turned to accountability. And the question was phrased pretty much of, I get all of this stuff, however, what do you do when someone just doesn't do what they say they're going to do? And, you know, and it's funny to hear this from high school students. It's the same thing that I hear from leaders on boards and from business owners. And it's like, what do you do if they just don't do what they say they're going to do? How do I hold them accountable then? And the answer is you really, I don't know how you hold them accountable then at the very end. It starts at the beginning. So here's one tip for how to set that expectation at the very beginning. Have a conversation, a very direct conversation about here are the expectations of the group. And here's what we've all agreed to do. And what happens if someone doesn't do what they say they're going to do? And then put it in the minutes, have everyone sign it, write it out. Be really clear about here's what you said yes to, and here's what happens if that doesn't happen. Now, we don't want to go in thinking that things won't work at all, but we know the bottom line is that people are busy. And so another piece that I would add to this advice is set that expectation of, if you start to feel like you're not going to be able to uphold your end of the deal, do the pieces of the project that you've agreed to do, tell us early so we can figure it out and redistribute the work. So there's 2 pieces there. There's this conversation at the beginning where one is where you set the expectation of, hey, life happens, stuff happens. If you can't do what you say you're going to do, let us know early and we'll figure it out as a group. And the second one is, hey, you've agreed to do this, and if you don't, now what? What are the consequences if you don't do that? And it doesn't mean you're ostracized for life. Like, it could just mean, hey, the project doesn't move forward, or, you know, if we prolong the due date, or in the case of the students, their answer was, well, it means that you don't get the grade that we all get on the project. You decide. But the time to hold people accountable is at the beginning. Set the ground rules early, not at the end when it's really kind of too late to do anything because the project's due. I would love to know, what are your challenges and successes when it comes around holding people accountable when you're working together on a project? Post them below.